One of the other reports as well, Errol, is that Grimes, your daughter-in-law, ex-daughter-in-law, recently shared her frustration about not keeping her grandchildren, your grandchildren, offline, saying she's begged Elon to limit their exposure. As their grandfather, how do you view this clash between their public lives and her privacy push? And has Elon ever talked to you about it?
Well, I have discussed a little bit. It's a private matter, so it's their business. It's not really for me to talk about that kind of thing. It's their matter. It's their business, and I have my business with my children, so I wouldn't want to comment on that. I do think that some of the ideas she had for the children were a bit odd, and I can understand Elon's frustrations. But other than that, um, you know. Um, giving little children tattoos and all that sort of stuff, a bit silly, if you know what I mean. And Elon had to protect his children from that.
Yeah, and I
And,
think that's right. I mean,
he wasn't married to her.
It, yeah, it's very, very difficult, isn't it, when you have different views about bringing up children, as you say, as you wisely quoted at the very beginning, saying, "Look, if you haven't fallen out with your children, as Betty Davis once said, then you haven't really been a proper parent." I mean, you've been very candid, including when in our conversations about your relationship with Elon. How's it evolved as he's juggled things like the Tesla backlash and global fame, and so on and so forth? That's him on the phone now saying, don't tell Andrew Eborn how it's evolved. That's what he's telling you. It's got to be good. There you go.
Sorry. What was
That's
that?
all right. It's all good
How?
stuff. Yeah, I mean, how's your relationship evolved? I mean, he's obviously in the spotlight
What was
even
the
more
question?
now.
How is our relationship
Evolved, yes. I mean,
with
you've
Elon?
obviously had these recent things. Has it brought you closer together now that you're basically he's so close to Trump? He calls it tech support and so on and so forth, and he's got his own troubles trying to navigate those. Have you found your relationship has strengthened as a result of those? And do you give him sort of
Well,
fatherly advice
we
on
didn't
these
have any.
things?
We don't have any problems. We don't have any problems at all. Nothing. I mean, I needed to purchase something. I didn't really need to purchase it, but I mentioned it, and I looked at my account this morning, and the money's there. So you don't just send me the money for it. So that's personal, and I don't like to really share that, but I will share it. But because I don't really have to say to him, hello, how are you? How was your week? And he says, how was your week, Dad? I do that with the girls. Unfortunately, with the girls, it's quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite. The girls. It's long, long talks, which go on for like an hour. And you keep. You actually can do. Or I shouldn't say this. You can do all your planning for the next 2 weeks during that conversation. With your daughter. She tells you all her problems, but at the same day, at the same thing. I mean, it's quite nice to talk to your daughters. Sons are like, yes, no, I don't think so. Goodbye. You know, that's sons. Get ready for it if you have a son.
Oh no, I have
you know,
I have wonderful
you
children.
know.
I'm very very proud of both of them and everything they achieve, and they have my full support always, which is good. But you're right, it's just being there, and the problem is, as we've said before, nobody understands the relationship between other people, and they all speculate, don't they? Which must be very painful sometimes, isn't it?
No, not at all. Well, yes. I mean, I was a kid growing up. As a person growing up, I would have some friends, and then they would say, "So and so's father did this," or "So and so." We had even worse situations. So and so's father committed suicide. These are terrible things. You don't want to know about it. As a man, as a boy, you one of the worst things you want is you want to come in the evening if you're still at home. I mean, and your parents just say hi. Don't ask me how my day was. And if your father says, "How was your day?" you think, "Oh my God, somebody phoned him." You know, somebody must have got hold of him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, why is he asking me that? Somebody's been in touch with him. And you start thinking, ooh, what am I going to say here? Because now lie. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, and all that. No, the relationship between men is different to the relationship between women and men.
Yeah.
I would say.